Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lizzie. Today I am giving my sister a birthday makeover, and trust me, we had lots of laughter and a whole lot of fun. It's always a different vibe whenever you're making a family member up as a makeup artist, especially if you share the same bond with the same person. We had lots of things to talk about, we had lots of fun, and trust me, guys, I had such a great time. If you want to know how I was able to transform her from this to that, please continue watching the rest of the video. And if you also love to watch siblings bond and have a good laugh, please continue watching this video. So the first thing I did was to carve her brow just to put everything in shape. Next up, as usual, I went in with my micellar water, because what you want to do is to remove the oil, the dirt, and everything that is not supposed to be on her skin from her skin. You want a very clean base, and that was my micellar water. And then I went in with an acid toner as well. This is just going to keep the skin moisturized, and it's also going to remove oils from the face. Next up, I went in with my sweat block. So this is definitely going to reduce the amount of sweat or heat dropping on her face, and even if it does drop, it's not going to make the makeup crack, or it's not going to make it break or crease. Next up, I went in with my vitamin C serum, and this is just going to tighten the pores on her face. And then when I go in with my products, my foundation, it's just going to make everything smooth and come out nicely. So I went in with my rose water setting spray to enable the makeup last long, and then I went in with my bomb moisturizer. This is just going to make the skin as smooth and as clean as possible. It's just going to enable the skin to be soft and not dry, just to rejuvenate the skin. And then I went ahead to moisturize her lips, just so that I can reduce breakage or any form of cracks on her lips, just to keep it moisturized. And then I went in with my V Beauty foundation. So I'm going to drop the shades of the foundation and the products that I used in the description box below, so that you guys can see. And then I had to wet my beauty blender, and I went ahead to tap the foundation on her skin like this. While you are applying the foundation, make sure that you are not dragging it, but you're tapping, else you are going to create harsh lines on the face, and you do not want that. You want a very clean girl makeup. As you can see, at this point, we're just talking and having an amazing time. My sister is definitely someone that never lets people to touch her neck, because it tickles her and makes her giggle, and that's what I love the most about her. I love it when I go down towards her neck area, because it also makes me laugh. To think that someone's skin is as sensitive as that is really funny to me. So I went in with a concealer, and this is from Classic Cosmetics, and I just went in with a lighter shade underneath her eyes, her jaw, her forehead, and her nose, because I wanted a warm undertone. You can see that it has this yellow vibe, so I wanted a warm undertone because she's quite dark. So I applied that on her T-zone areas like this, and then I just tapped all of that on her skin. At this point, the makeup was already coming out nice, because I could see that it already blended properly with her neck. So all I did was to turn my beauty sponge over to give me like a straight line on her nose, and then I tapped the concealer on her nose like this. Next up, I went in with a lighter shade of concealer, still from Classic Cosmetics, and I concentrated more underneath her eyes because I wanted to highlight that area properly. So whenever you're blending the eyes that's underneath the eyes, make sure that you tap tap tap, do not drag, because you want that seamless look, and it was already given at this point. So I went in with my V Beauty powder palette, and in the areas where I already highlighted, I went in with a lighter shade of powder that had a yellow undertone and also a very warm undertone, because I didn't want the highlights to be so much. And in the areas where I contoured, especially the areas that looked more like her neck, I went in with her exact shade of powder because I wanted the whole face to be properly blended. So guys, right now this is just me taking my time to make sure that everything looks good and everything looks nice. So at this point I decided to go in with my setting powder, and I went in with a setting powder that is about 3 to 4 tones lighter than that of her skin tone, and I just applied that on her T-zone area, and then I chiseled the nose like this to make it a little bit pointed using the setting powder. And then I went in with a smaller brush to contour the nose like this, and then in the places where we had the excess setting powder falling in the areas that were not needed, I had to go in with the brush again to remove the excess setting powder. So at this point I went in with my blush palette, and I'm using an orange and a pink shade of blush. I really did not want it to be too much, so I went in as subtle as possible, and it actually came out cool. I just applied that on her cheekbone and towards her forehead and on her nose, and then I did a little reverse contour underneath the jawline like this. I really did not want it to be too much because I don't like flashbacks, especially when you're taking pictures. I really do not like it, so I made it as light as possible, and I used my powder palette for that. So guys, for the brows, I drew a thin line underneath the brow and another thin line above the brow to connect it with the thin line underneath the brow. And then in the areas where we had really scanty hairs, the inner area where we had powder, I went ahead to fill it up, and I'm using this eyeliner from Carite Cosmetics. It comes in a brown and a black shade. This eyeliner is amazing because you can use it as a brow gel, you can use it as an eyeshadow, and you can use it as a lip palette. You can also use it as a contour product on your face or on your client. It works nicely. So once I was done, I went ahead to conceal the brow, and I used the same shade that I used on her face underneath the brow like this, and I used a very flat brush in achieving this. For the top of the brow, I went in with her exact shade of foundation because this was going to enable me to blend everything on her forehead together properly. So all I did was to follow the exact shape of the brow that I had already drawn, and then I took my time to conceal all of that properly to make sure that the brows are as highlighted as possible. And then for the excess foundation that I had on my brush, I just applied that on her crease area and towards her transition areas like this, which is the top of the lid like this, just to cover up her skin and to give me a very clean base. And then I went ahead with a burnt brown eyeshadow on the crease area like this, and then towards the transition area. And then I kept on intensifying the eyeshadow on her eye just to give me a little depth. And also I went in with a darker shade of eyeshadow again just to give me definition, and I went in with black just so that the eyes can also look bigger than what they were already looking like. And she actually wanted a smoky eye look, and that was what we were going for today. So as you can see in the video, for the outer corner of the eyes, I went in with a black shade of eyeshadow. That was after going in with a brown shade of eyeshadow. At this point I was done, and I went in with my Ben 9 eye primer on the crease area like this, and then after applying it on one side, I applied it on the other side as well, making sure that it is properly laid and that the eyes do not crease at any point. So I went in with the burnt brown shade of eyeshadow again on her transition area, and at this point I went in with a wine shade of pigment, and I just applied this on her crease area like this. I just tapped the pigment on the crease area and blended everything properly, making sure that the whole part of the crease area was properly covered. So guys, at this point I went in with my black shade of Carite eyeliner, and I just applied the black shade on her waterline like this. I made it really thick just so that the eyes will pop more and so that the eyes will look really bright. So I intensified the application to give me a really nice effect. And then I went in with my Nuban Beauty mascara to remove the eyeshadow or the pigment that must have fallen on her natural lashes. And trust me guys, this mascara is really amazing, and this was what we had guys, and I loved it a lot. She was already looking good. And then I went in with falsies. She really did not need them to be full, and I actually vibed with that because I felt like the makeup was going to look better if the lashes were not so full. So I went ahead to dust off the excess setting powder on her face. And when you apply a setting powder, if you want it to bake properly, if you want it to really absorb the moisture on the face, you need to make sure that it sits for about 5 to 10 minutes. Most times I apply my setting powder and then I go ahead to draw the brows and do the eyes, or I go ahead to do the lips, just so that it can enable the setting powder to bake properly. So this is just me wiping everything off. And then I went in with blush, because once I wiped off the setting powder, the blush had already cleaned up a little bit. So I applied a little bit of blush again to give me that colorful effect on the face. And then once that was done, I also went ahead to apply the blush on her nose, and it was looking good already. So for the lips, I used my brown Carite eyeliner to line the outer corners of her lips like this, and then the lower corners of her lips as well. And then I went in with a nude shade of Lippy. I really needed everything to be soft and as calm as possible, and that was the look that I was going for, and I was already feeling this color. So I went in with a nude shade of Lippy from my V Beauty lip palette, and I just used a blending brush to blend all of that properly. Now, the importance of moisturizing the lip with either a lip balm or a lip gloss before you apply your lip stain or whatever is that it helps to remove the cracks or to reduce the cracks on the lips. So it's just going to help you to apply your lip stain properly, and it's not going to crease at all. So this was what we had at this point. It was just me blending and all of that. So once I was done, I went in with gloss to give her a glowing and a nice effect, to give her a nice look, and this was what we had at this point. So I went in with the mascara again for her lower lashes, just so that I could pull the lower lashes better and just so that the whole makeup will look more natural. So I used the mascara and it was already looking really good. And once that was done, I went ahead to apply my rose water setting spray all over her face, just so that the whole makeup can last long. And then I went in with my Seal It fixing spray from SoPro Cosmetics to stop the makeup from creasing and to enable the makeup last long. So I went in with my gold pigment from Avo Cosmetics underneath the brow and also on her cheekbone, just so that the makeup can pop better. And trust me guys, this video was actually not doing justice to how really beautiful and nice this makeup looked. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do hope that it has helped one or two persons. If it has, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share, and also do not forget to turn on your notification button so that each time I post you get a notification and you be the first to know. And I'm going to also link some of my previous videos to this one. I have lots of amazing tutorials on makeup, how to tie your head scarf, how to make your hair, lots of really cool and amazing videos. Thank you all for watching once again. I do really hope to see you all in my next video. Do have a wonderful day. Bye.